And we're fucking back for episode 99, the greatest episode of all time, dedicated to the greatest hockey player of all time, Wayne Gretzky, number 99. We are without drums tonight, but we got a very special episode on the docket for you. And when we come back, Rigo is going to do his best impression of drums. A tribute, some would say. We'll see you in 30.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of the Kngdom podcast. As per usual, actually it's unusual tonight. My name is Reg, and I'm joined by my brother Jor. The two of us behind King Golf. We'll take you through another episode here. What's happening, Jor?
Not too much. Good tribute to drums there. I don't even know where drums is tonight. Do you?
I think the Leafs are playing the Canadiens, so he wanted to take the night off.
Oh, yeah. That
No, I'm just kidding. I don't think he really cares about that. He didn't really say. He just said, can we move it to tomorrow because he's out, but it didn't work for us tomorrow. So here we are, the two of us. Is this the first one we've ever done, just the two of us?
I don't know. I feel like, yes.
Maybe one other one.
No, I think there was another one, but I think drums started with us, and then Luca was having a hard time, so he had to leave halfway through.
Right. That's right.
So we took the reins after that. But what's up, Chaz? Good to see you, buddy. Not much going on here. I'm actually in the city that rhymes with fun, Regina, Saskatchewan. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Am I lagging or anything?
You did a little bit, but it's not too bad now. Okay. It's good. Yeah, it's good. I can hear you.
Okay. And so we got a bit of a different show, I think, tonight. We're going to talk about some golf. We got a couple things to follow up on from last episode. We're going to do our live draw for the King hoodie for our 100th episode celebration contest. And then we're just going to bullshit a little bit. So hopefully everybody in the chat tonight is ready to I guess chat, you would say. But we're just going to talk about a couple different things, including King Golf and summer and lots of stuff. So hope everybody is in the mood for some chatting. Got some beers here. I actually got a full Caesar bar pretty much here. I got Clamato, Tabasco, and Worcestershire right beside me. So I'm set. Yeah. Rigo, what's up with you other than the Jays? Bryce here. It's cutting pretty deep, pretty early.
Yeah, that's tough. I was going to try to avoid talking about it the whole episode, but that was tough. I'm still reeling from that. Playoff baseball is on. Honestly, probably won't watch another game for the rest of the year. I just don't really fucking care anymore that the Jays are out. That was wild. The collapse, tough to see. Other than that, went to Winnipeg, went to Thermi on the weekend. Sick place. Would recommend going to anybody. It's just a good way to spend a day. Golf might be over. There? The highlight there, I don't know. We finally went in the fall time. Like usually we go in the winter, and that polar plunge is so hard to do because it's like minus 30 outside and you go into like minus 50 water. But so we were able to do that this time, and we actually followed the cycle you're supposed to do there, which we didn't do the last few times. So you're supposed to go like hot, so like a sauna or a steam room, and then cold. So you either go in you just go in the polar plunge, and then you dry off and then just go rest. And there's like a nap room in one of them. And then there's a room where it has like heated tiled chairs.
Oh yeah.
It's hard to explain, but you just go in there and basically read a magazine or have a snooze in there too. So it's a pretty sweet place. We spent about 6.5 hours there on Saturday, which
holy cow,
it flew by when we were there. But yeah, it's awesome.
You were over around?
Oh yeah. I feel like a pimp walking through there.
Do you get a custom one or just off the shelf?
Just off the shelf. You could probably wear your custom one. They're supposed to get one in Elkhorn, so maybe I'll get a Memby in Elkhorn and get my own personal robe.
Like Elkhorn Resort, not
Yeah.
Elkhorn, Manitoba.
Elkhorn Resort. Yeah, they got one.
Yeah.
They've actually started building it already. But golf front, is Weed City still open
Yeah, I think until Sunday.
Sunday? Because I get Friday afternoon off. I'm looking for a place to golf, but as I was actually looking for a place to golf before, I realized it's Easton's birthday on Friday, so I should probably spend the afternoon planning something instead of going golfing somewhere around the province. But we'll see what happens there.
Rossman Lake is wide open for business. No tee markers, but the pins are still in, and it's in pretty good shape. Like we talked about last episode, probably the best shape it's been in all summer. And it's a damn shame that we have to shut her down for the year. But
they always say about golf courses, if you put them away like that, that's the way they come out in the springtime too. So
yeah, let's hope so.
it'll be good
We
if
had
they
a
can
rough
put it to
spring
bed
this
like
year.
that. That was shit. Kind of forgot how shitty it was actually until you start kind of looking back on the summer. God, it rained for like a month straight. Hey, it seemed like.
Weed City was closed for a while. Minnedosa didn't open fully till July 1st. Neepawa, I don't even know when they opened.
And there was one other course too. Suris got hurt bad.
Yeah. But it seemed like all the courses kind of came around. The nice thing about water is it usually leaves a pretty green course afterwards.
True.
But I think if you're a golf course, I think you'd rather prefer it to be a little more dry than wet, just because you can always add more water, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it takes a little bit more energy to get the water off there. It seems like Sunday is kind of like the closing day for everybody.
Yeah, I think everybody's just trying to stretch it out as long as they can. I mean, we're into October here, October 12th. This is when I got a memory on my phone today. I sent it to you guys there that we played Chucky's there in Winnipeg 2 years ago, St. Charles. That was pretty sweet. But again, you can't really judge how the course is because we played it this time of year. But
yeah,
maybe Cogs will take us there another time.
How is Swan this year, Chaz? I didn't really play too many courses that were in bad shape. It's hard to compare this summer to the last couple because of the big illness of 2020. Really opened up the door for a lot of golf. No weddings, no events, just lots of golf. So kind of got a little bit spoiled and didn't get to do that this year. But all the courses that I played were in pretty damn good shape.
I just realized it's weird with just two of us. I keep waiting for like every now and then you just let Drum say something, but like right now it's just like there's just none of that. So it's just the two of us.
We got people in the chat at least this time because I think last time we didn't.
Mm-hmm. What I was gonna say was other than that trip that we went on out west, like to Victoria with Ted Stagg there. I don't know that we played Pleasant Valley. That was a new course. But other than that, I played like Dauphin, Gilbert, Clear Lake, Rossman, and Oak Lake. That's really all I played this summer. It was a crazy, a very crazy summer for golf.
Yeah. You had a busy summer, so you got as much as you could out of it.
But what happened this year, like usually in the springtime, like me and East golf a ton in May and June, like on weeknights. And then, but once men's night starts and ladies' night starts, like it's tough to do that because there's always something going on and you can't just really go and sneak out, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then September hits and playoffs are over and then you're hard pressed to get 18 in at nighttime. So like really the best time to get a ton of rounds in with your significant other is like that May to June, I would say, like,
or fall,
but fall's tough too because you don't have much time.
Yeah,
like by the time I get off work, I get out there at 6 o'clock,
true.
And then we only have an hour and a half, right? 9 holes, but yeah.
The daylight sure goes fast. Holy shit skis. Mm-hmm. Okay, so like Rigo said, this is going to be a little bit different for us because usually you can take about 5 seconds off and let the other two bullshit for a while, but we're going to have to stay on top of things here with the chat. Chaz, yes, I'm on the road. I'm in, as mentioned, the city that rhymes with fun, Regina, Saskatchewan. Cuz I'm thinking this has got to be our cuz from another Muzz, Colby Day. I don't know if he's I'm thinking, but I don't know why his name would be JMO.
Yeah, that confused the hell. I didn't know who that was, honestly.
Ches says Swan was good this year, had some up and downs, but it was in great shape. Hopefully, as Rigo said, it will be like they put it away in the spring. JMO, yeah, that has to be Colby, I'm thinking. Oh, we got Boomer in the chat tonight too.
Boom Boom, was that the first time ever?
No, he's been here a few times.
He usually just proves us wrong on things.
He said that we made that Atlanta Braves cover for him. Actually, it wasn't the official Atlanta Braves because that would be illegal, but it was a knockoff version of it. But he said that someone else in Estevan tried buying that off him. So whether it's true or not, says he got offered $200. Pretty good deal.
I'm just messing with you, Boomer.
Okay, so we got let's get into a bit of housekeeping here. I have a couple things to follow up on from last episode. First one being Sean Rickman. It's not Reichman, it's Rickman.
Rickman.
Which is a bit of a shock to me, a bit of a shock to the podcast, I would say, because I think we both thought it was Reichman.
Everybody did, yep.
But Sean is entered in for the contest tonight for the hoodie. Actually, a surprising amount of people. We had 14 entrants. We'll do that maybe in a little bit here. And you mentioned, Rigo, that you did not watch that documentary.
No, I didn't.
For the Kngdom book club or movie club, I guess we call it. It's pretty good, cool. Pretty wild. I don't remember that guy, and it was actually not that long ago when it all kind of came out, but there's a lot of things that I was surprised about, and then a lot of things that I was very unsurprised about in terms of the power that the commissioner has of the leagues and how they kind of, what would you call it?
Manipulate,
co-conspire with people to get their way. So you have to watch it.
I mean, you don't have to look any farther than what's going on right now with the Hockey Canada.
Hockey Canada, yeah.
Like they had I don't know all the details. I haven't really read it, but they had a separate bank account basically to pay off people to get out of court cases, which is pretty wild. Like just whatever. It's a crazy time in that. Everybody's pretty much quit. So
the thing for me is with that is like there has to be a certain amount of people involved in that for it to go through. And it's kind of wild how people keep their mouth shut for so long.
Right. Because you have to think about how many people would have gone through Hockey Canada since that all started. And maybe there was only certain people that knew about it during, but I mean, there was still a handful of people per I don't know what you'd call it, like per board that knew about it. And
right,
exactly.
Ever
spilled the beans till now it came out. It's kind of crazy.
It is crazy.
But
I mean, when you're dealing with that kind of level of, I don't know, credibility and just everything, like you must fear your life little bit if you were the one to talk about things, because it's pretty serious shit. So
oh yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, Hockey Canada's getting dismantled. It's kind of crazy. Like all the biggest sponsors that we know that sponsored Hockey Canada for so long, like they're just done.
Yeah,
they pulled the pin. I mean, not saying that shit doesn't happen at their big corporations too, but
yeah,
whatever. It is what it is.
So anyways, before we move on there, Rigo and whoever else hasn't watched that show on Netflix yet, it's about the referee who was caught fudging games or betting on games, I guess. I don't even know what it's called. I just typed in Untold on Netflix and it came up there.
Yeah, Untold.
So we'll talk about that next week when Drum is back in the house.
A couple things I got here, housekeeping. The troll job by EA Sports is out of this world.
Didn't see it.
2K23 comes out for golf. All this cool stuff. They just released the game, and then all of a sudden, as soon as they release it, EA Sports puts out a trailer coming in spring of 2023. It's like you get to play all 4 majors, and the graphics are like out of this planet. And like it shows like a tour of basically all the way through Augusta's grounds and stuff like that. Like,
oh, I did see that.
Shortly after 2K3 released it. And now 2K3 is like separate from EA Sports.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And then EA Sports Like Tiger Woods was always the one that was EA Sports, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
back in the day. So then they're coming back now. I
Yeah.
think their last one might have been Rory
Yeah. Because
McIlroy Golf or whatever it was, and then they shut her down and 2K took over.
and they never had the Masters on there, did they?
No,
Augusta? No.
no. But I also saw on 2K that the foreplay guys are on there.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird too.
Yeah. Foreplay is so big now. Holy shit. Like they are massive.
Are they owned by Barstool now?
Yeah, they always were.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Barstool, man. What a company. Holy shit.
Yeah, they've done
What a
pretty
job
well
they
for
did. They
themselves.
took advantage of the situation that was there and just ran with it, hey. Got all the
Well,
best faces and all the best. Yeah.
yeah.
It's just
I feel like the advantage that Barstool has is that they're able to move fast.
Yeah, exactly. Like they're that powerful already, so they can just go whatever segment they want to go into, like whatever. Say they started that golf podcast, like they have the money that they can just blast into it right away. Is that what you
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, absolutely.
and just
Like if you
pump.
compare it
Yeah,
to say ESPN or something, they got people in those bigger companies where it takes longer for them to jump on opportunities like that, and there's more red tape and just overall governance bullshit that they have to work through. Where these guys are just like, "Fuck it, we
fuck it.
want this
Yeah,
guy to work for us, and we're gonna get him," and that's
it's sick. Like Rappaport being there makes them so much more credible. Hey,
yeah, for
like he's
sure.
sick, and
And
he's
he kind of
actually
came
like a
out of
sick
nowhere too.
journalist. Yeah, Golf Digest. Yeah, because he actually had that article about Morgs there,
Yeah,
Morgan Hoffman.
Morgan Hoffman. Yeah.
hmm
So
So,
Ches says Tiger Woods 2014. They had Augusta in it.
mhm.
The last Tiger Woods game that I owned was 2007. So on the
The
PS3.
2014, it was so hard to play Augusta. Like you'd like three putt every green because they wouldn't let you use putt reading. Like you had putt read on every other course than Augusta, you couldn't, and you just like three putt every green. But
Because they're so sloped.
yeah,
It would be
uh,
hard for people, like think about the video game developers who are making those games. They're probably not golfers.
hmm
So they would put the slopes as they are, but then they wouldn't really have the knowledge or capability to adjust it to make it user friendly.
yeah, like you'd putt it off the green at times on that. But I
Excuse me.
think you would at Augusta in real life too.
For sure.
Did you
But
see
it's
that
not as
thing?
fun playing like that.
Just keep rambling. I guess that's kind of how the episode's going to be tonight, anyways. Just following into other things, but
Yeah, hopefully.
the foreplay guys, they answer the question, and I want to ask you, where do you think you could drop a ball from and win the Masters?
What does that mean?
Like on the fairway, do you have to chip? Do you have to like you start the hole where you can drop the ball, and where do you
Oh,
think what yardage do you think you have to go to win the Masters?
I don't know.
That Trent said that he would have to start putting.
It wouldn't be that extreme, would it?
Those greens are apparently insane.
I would say someone like a scratch golfer in Manitoba could probably hit an approach shot and maybe compete. I don't know. If
Like
you're hitting every
120
green, you might not win, but you'd be. Is that where you start, or is that like you're starting there as your second shot?
first.
Oh yeah. I don't know. That's a wild question.
I know it's such a cool question. I thought, but um, should touch on the golf on the weekend.
Tom Kim is
This is
actually
he saved the
breaking out.
PGA. I think he saved the PGA.
Well, he's sniffing at it anyways. He's on track to do it.
Even like right now, he's provided such a boost and such a relief for the tour. Like, did you see that video of him and Sonny
With the putters.
with the putters? Like, man, I might have watched it 20 times. They're just both so happy, eh?
Why are those guys so likable? All those guys from South Korea are just so
Yes,
likable.
that's what I have down here. All the guys from Korea. They're just like the most likable. Siwoo, uh, Sonny, Tom.
Why is that though?
There was another guy another Kim on the weekend.
Do you think they're just happy to be there? Like guys like Thomas, Spieth, Like those guys have pretty much been around golf their entire life in the States. They're used to the crowds. They're used to all this stuff going on. But these guys, I feel like growing up in South Korea would be significantly different. But I also wonder, like, what are they doing in South Korea right now to produce all these stars?
Right. It's never talked about. It's just kind of like,
Is the golf good in South Korea, or do they move somewhere at an early age?
well, Tom did. Like
Yeah.
Tom knows
Well,
English. I think Tom went to
yeah, he speaks
Australia.
perfect English, eh?
He went to Australia when he was younger.
Speaking of that, did you see that we sold a King Golf head cover to Australia today?
Yeah, that's insane.
I woke up and checked the website, and there's an order on there. It was a weird amount. Usually, I can tell based on the amount what it was ordered, but because it's going to Australia, we have to charge $30 for shipping.
Oh, so we lost money?
No, we charge $30 for shipping. I don't know what it'll cost. We've never sent there before, so
$30? It'll probably be like $50 to ship it there, I bet.
oh, I hope not. That'd be
It's
bad.
a long ways away, man. Hopefully it gets there. Like,
Has anybody in the chat ever sent anything to Australia before? We might be taking a bath on this one, but whatever. It's still cool to be sending stuff down
yeah,
under.
definitely. That's unreal, man.
I'm gonna check in with the guy. I don't even know who he is. Like, I don't recognize him from Instagram or anything like that. So I'm just gonna send him an email and say, "How did you find us?"
Maybe he's ordering one of our head covers to figure out how to make them. It's
Good.
not uncommon of golf companies to do that.
Yeah. How do you think King Golf started?
Yeah, good point.
So Bryce says it's not bad. It just takes forever. So I'm thinking he means not bad price wise.
Mhm.
Yeah. And there's
Um,
nothing that we can do about that, right? I'll just email the guy and tell him that she's off. I'll probably get a tracking to it because who knows where the hell it'll end up.
oh, definitely. Price that he can take when he goes in December. What's in your carry-on, sir? I'm selling it on behalf of someone.
You'll have to track him down all the way.
Just a recap. I was following the NHL scores tonight. The Leafs tied it up with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left against the Canadiens, and the Canadiens scored with 19 seconds left to win. So the Canadiens beat the Leafs tonight. So
Oh, geez.
oh,
Good
that'd
thing
be
Drums
crazy.
isn't on here then.
The Todricks will be running wild on Facebook.
Is Drums in the chat? Like, what's he doing?
I don't know where he is actually.
I still want to know who JMO is, but it has to be Colby because nobody else calls us cuz.
Yeah, I don't know who else it would be. Todd, maybe? No, because he said Wheat City. It had to be Colby.
Yeah, it's got to be Colby.
Back to the Koreans. Tom Kim, he's just so likable because, like, you can get his personality because he speaks English and you know exactly how he is. Like, he's nuts. And he's so good. Like, unreal.
Yeah, he is.
Cantlay made a triple on the last hole, hey?
And Sonny's the exact same way. Like, if you look at Sonny's swing, he's solid. His up and down, he has the most chip in on tour this year. I mean, it is because he played the most golf. The guy doesn't take weekends off.
He took like 3 off last year or something.
Yeah, so he has a lot of opportunities, a lot of tries at it, but he's still the leading chip in guy. He just doesn't have any weaknesses in his game.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that golf's going right now. Actually, it's overseas.
Oh, is
So
it?
there's Ozo.
Oh, right, Japan.
Mm-hmm. Tom Kim's +1 through 1. We just hexed him. That sucks. Taylor Montgomery, I believe he finished 14th. So that was a bump from Laser. He had, I think, a triple and 2 doubles maybe, which kind of held him back a bit. He had a triple the first day to go 3 over through his first 9 and then kind of went off after that, right?
Yeah.
Ches. Yeah, Ches will hook you up. Just go to the dealership and use hashtag King20 and get 20% off your next truck. Shout out to Mom and Dad if you're listening in Nashville. I wore my Nashville hoodie for them. They traveled there. I don't know. I didn't think they'd make it together in the same vehicle that far driving, but they made it. They're in there today. They had a tornado warning. Interesting times there, but classic dad. I got to chirp him on here, and I don't mean to, but I have to. guy drives that far, stays in in Fargo, and then stays in Kansas City. And I asked him if there's any football games on Sunday, and it's probably on me too. He wanted to go to the game Sunday in Minneapolis, but they were going to leave Saturday, but they wanted to have Thanksgiving supper with us. So Mom wanted to stay and have Thanksgiving with us. So they stayed and they took off Sunday, and then so he didn't look, but he was in Kansas City on Monday they got there. And Kansas City had the Monday nighter against Las Vegas in Kansas City. Pat Mahomes in Kansas City. Mom and Dad were in Kansas City, and they didn't look to see if the game was there and didn't go. Like, what? Pat Mahomes primetime Monday in Kansas City doesn't go.
Yeah, but you're not surprised.
He's like, he figured that out Tuesday morning that that the game was there Monday night. Unbelievable.
He's not a huge NFL fan though either.
Oh.
If it was Bombers and Riders, I'm sure you wouldn't have missed that.
Check out Bryce's comment there. That's pretty interesting.
So Lane talking about the promo code for the trucks?
Yeah, he got a new truck.
Oh,
Laner made $2,500
off?
this morning, so that's an inside joke with Lane. Read out what Bryce said there.
Okay, so we were just talking about our Korean buddies there, Tom Kim and Sunny and Siwoo. And who's the other guy? KH? No.
KH is King Handsome Lee. And then there's SH Kim.
Right. So Bryce, we asked like what's going on in South Korea? Why are they producing so many good golfers here? And Bryce looks like he's checking on things here. He said he Googled golf in Korea, and there was 514 golf courses along with 6.5 thousand training centers.
That's a lot.
So it sounds like South Korea is all in on golf. How many do you think there'd be in Canada? Courses?
I don't know. I really don't know. Like that seems like a lot for their population. There's 2,400 in Canada.
There's 400?
2,400.
Oh, 2,400. Yeah, that makes more sense. But I mean, Canada's like the second largest landmass on Earth. Or third? Yeah. No, second. First is Russia.
Kind of crazy. Although there's 51 million people in South Korea.
Holy.
I didn't know that. Wow, 51 million. That's nuts. Pretty small piece of land for that many people.
Yeah, big time. Okay, so what else we got going on here? South Korea, golf is good.
I was in Winnipeg on Sunday and then Monday. So I went to Golf Town on Monday. I was testing out a drivers, because I need to buy one.
Yeah.
I have obviously very self-conscious about my golf swing in general, just the way it is. It's the way it is. Still, it works, but it's still, you're self-conscious as hell anyways. And then you go in there.
To who? The scrubs that are working minimum wage?
But it's like, yeah, whatever. I just hate it. I go in there without a glove. My hands are fucking sweating. I need a driver, so I start. There's 2 stealth drivers on sale actually, so I started hitting them, and it's weird in there. You're like stiff, like you've been shopping, and then you get in there, and so I hit a few, and I was hitting them like 250, like landing like 235 and rolling out to 250. And this guy starts kind of chirping me in there, like not chirping, but I was like, he's like, how far do you normally hit? And I was like, I don't know, probably like, what would you say? I used to hit it probably 300 average.
I don't even know either. We talked about that on here before. It's
but
like,
now
I don't
maybe
know
it's
how
like,
far I hit it.
Maybe it's like 275 or 280, probably. 280 would be safe to say, I think. But I'm in there and I'm hitting it like 250, and this guy's like, yeah, well, based on your swing speed and your spin rate, 250 is about all you could expect out of any club, and I'm like, I fucking hate those guys, and I'm sorry if anybody in here has worked there or knows anybody that works there. Those guys are dinks. They make you feel like
At
you're like the
Golf Town?
smallest thing in the world. Like if they actually wanted to sell drivers and they made commission on them, and they actually did,
Yeah.
they would be in there like pumping your tires, like, oh, maybe like try this or try this. This guy like doesn't even tell me how to use the machine, just puts it on, he puts tape on the driver, and then just walks away, and like the driver's set to like 10.5 degrees and he doesn't change it, and it's like, I don't know. It was pretty. I don't whatever. Easton's like, how do you put up with that shit? Like she's like, if I was a scratch golfer and I went in there and some chubby scrub said that to me in Golf Town, I'd fucking tell him, hey, listen, buddy, I'm a scratch golfer. I usually don't hit a 250. I want to buy a driver today. I came here to buy a driver, and you're making me feel like shit. So I'm just gonna go walk out the door and order one online. So like, right on, buddy. Like that's how I felt when I walked out there. I was actually rattled. Like I went in there willing to spend like $700 on a driver, and which is a lot for me because I've never had a new driver in my life. The most I've ever spent is like $230 on a driver. And this guy says shit like that, and I'm like, I'm not gonna buy from here. Like, whatever. So it's hard to buy from like a simulator, right?
Mhm.
Like I want to go to a demo day, and like if I'm gonna buy a
Yeah.
driver, I want to go to a demo day.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, I think so too.
Ches says call him about it. He's in with the Taylor Maids. Are you gonna get TaylorMade, Rigo? I don't think you ever had one before.
No, but I would. I'm open to anything. I've been looking at Cobra. Obviously, Cobra's my thing. I sold that one. I regret the hell out of it for getting rid of it. But I would like Cobra, but I would also, that stealth felt really good the other day. But it's tough to tell on those screens.
Why? Okay, this is maybe ignorant question, but like, what would markup be on a $700 driver? Like, I feel like they could be giving commissions to those guys at Golf Town to move a little bit more.
Right.
Because, well, we're in a stage right now where I know a lot of people who just go into Golf Town to try out a driver and then go online and buy it.
Right.
And how long do you think the big box stores like Golf Town, where they're paying building costs, they have 30 employees walking around there doing nothing? Like, how long are they going to be around? Why don't they start actually trying to put hire salespeople in there to sell the drivers? Because if you got no pressure to sell when you walk into a place like that, you're going to walk out and leave and buy it on the internet for $150 less.
Right.
Like, I feel like those Golf Towns are just, they have to have good margin. Ches would probably know.
He said the markup isn't very much
On an $800 driver. Like, what's the cost of that?
Yeah, I don't know. When did drivers get $800 either?
I know.
Christ, I bought that set of irons like, what was when I first started Aspen? It was the year after. It was $900. Like it was $1,100 on sale for $900, and that was a full set of irons.
It's crazy. I remember we were out golfing at Rossman Lake last week, and I took that TaylorMade. I think it was 200 steel or something, whatever it was called. The one that Grandpa Hal bought me when I was like a kid. I'm pretty sure that was like $199, like brand new.
It was TaylorMade 200 titanium, I think it was.
Actually ripped it.
Oh yeah, I remember we used to hit balls over the Sluit Grandma and Grandpa's.
Yeah.
And you took that thing there and just hammered it. He also bought you that driver before that too.
Yeah.
The Staff bubble shaft when it first came out.
Sorry,
that thing was pimp.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, I do. But it was like red and black.
Yeah. No, white and pink.
Oh, I do not remember that.
Yeah, you remember that. It was a bubble shaft. It had like a bubble next to the grip.
Well, the TaylorMade had the burner bubble. There was orange and black.
No, I'll show this to you. It was Wilson.
TJ says go Callaway. Rigo, you tried Callaway all summer, right?
Yeah. Patty let me try that one, and something about it just hit like divers out of the air. Like I could never carry the ball with it. It was weird. Like just line drives that would just I don't know. If I had to carry anything, I couldn't.
You did hit a lot of squirrely shots this summer, something I've never seen for like the last 10 years of your golf life.
Yeah, with that club, hey?
Yeah, I don't know if it was the club though, or if it was the operator.
No, it always start. I'm saying with that club, like it always started with it.
Yeah. Sean Rickman, not Reichman. We should clarify that. He says ball markup on clubs and balls is not much. I just do not understand that. How can they sell balls for like who's making money there?
Right.
You're telling me that it costs that much to sell Pro V1? Like, what are Pro V1s even now? I don't know.
No, that you don't make anything on golf balls. Like
but
pro
who's making
shops
the
don't.
money? Because it clearly doesn't cost that much to make
Right.
them.
So are you talking the markup from the?
Yeah. It'd be the retailer. So it'd be the golf, like the pro shop or the golf town.
That's what you mean?
Yeah.
It's not much, honestly.
No, I believe that. So then who's making the money? Titleist?
Right. Titles
Yeah.
would be, yeah.
Ches knows the markups, but he said he'd have to kill us if he told us. So store costs likely to be $800. So that'd be like a 35% markup on the clubs.
I can tell you tonight I have to kill you. Dad's line. You don't remember buying that Wilson bubble shaft at that auction in Russell?
Yeah. Oh, yes, I do. It wasn't a pink. It was like more of a dark pink, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do actually. That was a nice club.
Yeah, it was. It was cool.
Now that you say that, I do remember that. TJ says I would have thought they marked up so much by the full set of tires. Well, tires aren't cheap either, man. I paid $1,000 for 2 new tires the other day for a freaking car. Nuts.
Is it Wilson fat shaft?
Yep. That would be it. That was actually deadly. Barrett is asking in the chat if anybody has experience with Golf Tech in Winnipeg. And I know Rob was in there one time talking about Golf Tech, and I actually really want, next time I buy clubs, I'm 1,000% getting fitted for clubs, whether it's a driver, irons, or whatever I'm buying. I want to just try it because I've never had that before.
I've heard a lot of good things.
Me
but
too.
It's mostly all like my rich buddies that have it.
Fitted?
I don't know. Yeah. Like, but
Well,
apparently it makes such a big difference. Like that guy that you golfed against this year in the Tamarack, what's that beauty's name? I think you beat him.
who?
Rudolph?
Oh yeah, Rudy.
Rudy got his he got his driver.
He's a good guy. He's a really good guy.
Yeah, he's an unreal guy. He hits his driver so good, hey?
Mm-hmm.
He said when he got it fitted, he like I think he said in the qualifying that one time we talked about it on here actually. It was in this podcast because we were talking about getting clubs fitted, and it was actually about him. He said that as soon as he got his driver fitted, like he went through the first 36 of qualifying at the Tamarack in like the first 2 matches and missed like 3 fairways in 4 rounds or something.
Yeah, right. That was a while ago though, eh? That wasn't that year. Yeah.
No, it wasn't this year. No, it was last year.
What's Ches talking about here? To go to Jess. Who's Jess? Oh, that's the tire place. Shit. No, I did go to Fountain Tire actually, Ches, but it wasn't Jess. He was unaware. He was away. But it was actually wasn't that much cheaper than my original quote from Cal Tire. But maybe I just wasn't hooked up with the right guy. It was cheaper though, for sure. That was Fountain Tire, I think, right?
Yeah, I think so. It doesn't cost anything to get fit, says Ches. I didn't know that.
So how does Golf Tech make money then? They just sell clubs?
I have no idea.
See,
I thought that it cost money.
I feel like that's a successful business model is if you're actually going to sell clubs, get fit. Because if you get fit for clubs, you're not going to go buy them online, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a no-brainer. I feel like Golf Town is just like the Walmart of golf. Like they have everything in there. And I think they just go based on volume instead of actually like helping people. They're just like, well, people are going to come buy tees, balls. There's even head covers in there, I think. So
Dormy.
Golf Town is dog shit. I agree with you.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was like if I was working there and somebody came in and like they're gonna buy a driver, like it's not like I was just in there with like 2 of my buddies like dicking around, like, hey, can I have a driver and like swinging hard? Like I was literally trying to find a driver that I liked. And this guy's like talking shit. And it's like, okay.
That's what I mean. Like when we originally started talking about this, I'm like, you got absolute scrubs working in there making minimum wage. Not that that's an insult to anybody. They're just not properly trained on how to sell golf clubs to people.
Mm-hmm.
They just know how to set things up for people. They have no idea outside of that
Mm-hmm.
or how to sell. Trev says howdy. How's it going, Trev? What else we got here? Sorry, guys. It's kind of hard to but yeah, I know exactly what you mean because I went into Golf Town too, and I mean, I wasn't really in the market to buy a driver per se. I was one of those guys who was just there to hit balls in the winter time, and maybe they can tell that because I had like boots on and I was just hitting golf balls and but yeah, the guy made absolutely no effort to sell me on anything, which I don't think is a great business model for anybody.
No.
Okay. What else we got, Rigo? What else we want to talk about?
That's really all I got. That Jon Rahm won in Spain. Sick. Anytime Rahm wins, it's sick, especially at home. I think he's won that tournament 3 times now.
That's a DP?
No, it's just like I think something to do with like the Spain Open or whatever. He just goes home to play it just to like pay like respect to them and just cleans it up every year. I think he was like 26 under or something. Or maybe 22 under, but he's nuts.
What the hell was I gonna say? Oh, did you do any looking into the world golf or the official world golf rankings? Because there's a bit of a controversy there.
Oh, they just tried to pull a quick one with that tour.
But did they, or was the blowback just like also a bit of a fib?
I don't know. I just know that they didn't get it.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't talk about it last week because it was pretty fresh, and you almost have to let the dust settle with that stuff, eh? Because both sides are just throwing bullshit and just hoping something sticks. Like honestly, it's just kind of crazy to watch right now, and I'm actually looking forward to having Aaron on the show next week, and just see what he says. Because actually, somebody on Instagram sent a question today about that, saying like, are the tensions as high as they lead us to believe there?
Yeah,
there's a few guys, I think, but
Rahm said something about he made some comments this weekend. What did he say? He shot 9 under, winning by 6 strokes.
Who?
He gave props. Yeah, he gave props to the guy who won Live Golf's event at Bangkok. That Lopez Chiquera, he won it there. He's 22. He opted for a different path. It said he turned professional. He was in college.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
He turned professional to go to the Live.
And he made $4 million.
He was a Spaniard, right? So yeah,
that's a pretty good life choice, I would say.
He has reportedly signed a 3-year deal with Live Golf, said it'd be worth between 8 and 10. Shit.
Jesus.
Okay, here it is. It says Rahm said in Spanish after his win, because he was talking about this Lopez Chiquera. And he said, although some people want to make us look at them, Live Golf, as the enemy, he's just a 22-year-old guy winning against some of the best players of the world. Congratulations if you see this, Eugenio. So, yeah, whatever.
Okay, while we're on this note, sorry, I'm kind of falling behind at the chat here too a little bit, but
there's lots going on. You don't have to.
Yeah, Adam Scott actually had the same kind of comment, and I wanted to talk about that last episode, but it didn't really fit in. But Adam Scott, he said about Live Golf, he said, I don't necessarily see Live as pure evil for the game of golf. Hopefully we can get beyond people having shots at each other, and each organization can move on with what they want to do. I believe the PGA Tour has to do what's best for their product, and the Live is going to do what's best for their product. I don't have a problem with either of them.
Yeah.
So it's actually nice to see, because I mean, the media loves talking about Rory and Shane Lowry and everybody who's shitting on Live Golf, but it's nice to actually hear from some players who are kind of neutral on things. And I think that's the best way you should have, those are the guys you want to listen to, who kind of see both sides of it instead of just being really emotional about either side of it.
Mm-hmm.
But, okay, so Barrett's saying that he looked on the website and they charge fitting. So is that Golf Tech? It must be, eh? But they knock off price when you buy clubs through them. So I guess that makes sense. That would actually prevent people from going there to get fitted and then going to buy it online, right?
Right.
So essentially, I guess it would net out to zero for the costs there.
Right.
Okay, so Trev Dickey says Golf Town and Polo Park location had one guy that was really good at club fitting. So I guess not all golf employees are scrubs.
There are those old guys that know what they're talking about.
Yeah, so you're right. And the only guys that I've dealt with lately have been like 18 or 19 years old.
It's the same with everything. That crew's kind of going out, right?
What's this, Rigo?
I don't know. Uncle Wiener's wholesale is. But don't you feel like that crew's kind of gone out?
The old boys?
The old boys that substitute taught that were like TAs.
Where are they?
Just the old
Dead?
The old guard. They're kind of on their way out, I feel like.
Which
Now
is
it's
very
young people
sad.
who just don't want to work. I know. Because those old people like to work and just did it for like a fun thing to do. And now the young kids are coming in and they're just taking it as like a way to make money. Which, whatever. It's just it's totally different.
But do you think that those guys who are, say, 65, 60, 70, whatever it may be, or older, do you think that they were like that as a kid probably too, and then they just gradually learned how life is and maybe smartened up a little bit? I don't know. Tough to say. It's really tough to say.
I think maybe it's like the baby boomers like know better now than to sit around and just, I don't want to use the term rot, but like stay around here. No, I don't mean it like that. I just mean I think they've figured it out more to where there's more to life than just work till you're 70 and then get a part-time job. Right. And then like these guys kind of retire when they're 60 and take off. So there's nobody really around here in the wintertime because everybody's gone or doing other things.
I've actually had that experience a few times, just out shopping and buying something, and like an older guy would come and help me, and I'm just like thankful almost that you have somebody who knows what the fuck they're talking about finally, and is like willing to look you in the eyes and shake your hand. And I don't know. I just hope that never goes away.
Yeah, I hope so too, but I think it is going, honestly.
Okay, so quickly in the chat here, Ches says fitting costs $100 for a full set, and they give you a dozen balls and a hat through TaylorMade. And a dozen balls is like $70 now too, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a hat would be 40. So you actually probably come out ahead, but that's not their costs on it. Bryce, our buddy Bryce, he's heading to Thailand in this winter. I'm thinking he's firing up his company again, getting her going.
Yep.
That's Uda. How do you say it? Uda?
I don't know. Uda Travel.
Maybe give us the pronunciation in the chat there, Bryce. But he does some pretty cool stuff actually, and he was firing on all cylinders before COVID hit. And Rigo might be able to talk a little bit more about it, but he does tours overseas, Thailand,
Bali, Thailand and Bali. But yeah, he was just about to start going, then he had everything in order, and then COVID hit, and he has been working his bag off out west to save up some cash to go for his dream again. And it's a really cool idea. He's told me stories from previous tours. He basically takes a tour of people, and he knows the lay of the land over there. You pay him a set fee, and then he basically takes care of you and tours you around Bali, which, I mean, for a young guy, I keep wanting to go. I have a tough time getting away from East for a month to go to Bali on my own, but we'll see how things go. Gonna try. I think he said something about Halloween in Vegas too. So if anybody's interested, hit up Bryce there. Uda Travel. What did I say? Uda,
yeah. I think it's UDA, right?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, when I originally thought or heard of guys doing that, I thought it'd be like guys who are just, going traveling by themselves and want some people to travel with. But I feel like even if you're going with 2 or 3 people and you want to go, you get a group atmosphere there, which is a lot better. You feel a lot more safe, I feel like. And, and you have somebody who knows what's going on, right?
Right. And the guy knows his shit over there. No doubt about that.
Yeah. So Sean also said about Patty Law through Callaway. He doesn't charge for fitting if you buy Callaway through him. So I'm just wondering how that would work. And Sean actually might know, but like, say you go through a fitting and you don't end up buying a Callaway driver with him, like, do you have to pay him, or how does that work?
Right.
Or is it just like an honor system of you leave a good tip, or I don't know, like, what is it? Get an invoice for it?
It's true words.
Well,
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
not
know if it's true or
100%
not.
sure.
I'm asking.
No, I don't know. I think, yeah. No, true words like the question you're asking. Like, how the hell would that work? Seems crazy.
So I want to, should we kind of talk about a few things to do with King Golf in the last 10 or 15 minutes here that we got going on?
Mhm.
One thing I want to do in the near future, so we're going to have Cockerill on next week, hopefully. Depending on when he can do it, maybe we'll do the show live, maybe not. Maybe we'll just wait till the next week after to do a live show. But sometime in the near future, I want to do a full show of overrated or underrated.
Yeah, that'd be so fun.
So I want to put a thing on Instagram for like to do a whole show, like do an actual post instead of just a story, and hopefully get a bunch of categories, and then we can kind of like give our thoughts, and then also people in the chat can do it, which is kind of what we did last week too. Is the first time that we had like kind of a, I don't know what you'd call it, like preset deal with while people were talking in and chiming in, because I think that'd be really interesting to do with overrated and underrated, because people can kind of say what they think about it as we go along, like either overrated or underrated.
Yeah, true.
But I have one for you and for everybody in the chat tonight, because I've been on the road a little bit lately, and I have one because like I said, I've been on the road lately and I've had a lot of them. So gas station coffee, overrated or underrated?
Man, I actually say underrated. They're one of my favorite coffees, I think. You get those
Flavor shots?
yeah, what are they called though?
What kind?
You know, those
Like
little
creamer?
they're blue, they're green, and like the blue's
Creamer.
French vanilla. I know, but what kind are they? That's
Oh,
what I
I
was
don't
trying to
know.
think.
Sorry,
Doesn't
I don't know.
matter. Everybody knows the blue's French vanilla, green's Irish cream,
Yeah.
brown's hazelnut. Those things, international delights. Yes, that's right. So yeah, like I like those a lot. Is that what you were
I'm a
gonna say?
yeah, I'm a huge fan of gas station coffee. I don't even know why. Mostly co-ops is kind of the only place I stop. But the reason why, and I'm with you there. And actually, if you go to 7-Eleven for coffee, they have every kind of flavor. They got marshmallows. They got like,
Everything.
they did anyways. I don't know if they've changed that lately, but I like putting like half coffee, half hot chocolate to make a
Oh,
mocha.
mochas are the best, man. The best. That's that winter I coach, man. Mochas in the hockey rinks are like
Oh,
unreal.
that's exactly what it reminds me of, is being at the hockey rink, like as either a coach or like a late teen
Mhm.
having mochas. Because obviously we didn't drink coffees and mochas as a kid.
Nothing better than a hangover coffee as a
Tre-
coach, eh?
yes, true, very true.
Like
We
going to the
actually, I'll
rink.
tell you a funny story right away, but Trev commented here, Shake Pay T. Yeah, I got I think I had 10 referrals or something. So I just tweeted them, and the t-shirt and the hat for free. So pretty cool stuff. Shake Pay, my favorite company. Sure. And I challenge am I kind of going wonky here?
Yeah, you kind of were a little bit. I disconnected from my Wi-Fi. I just didn't know if it was me or.
Are we back?
Yeah, you're good now. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, Shake Pay. I've written some stuff on my LinkedIn page about Shake Pay lately, and just how to budget properly with them, and some of the cool features they have on there. I'm actually going to be hopefully starting a YouTube channel in the very near future, and it'll be a little bit about Bitcoin and Shake Pay and crypto and stuff. But I'm also going to have like just local people who own small businesses on, and just interview them and just talk about different stuff that they've done in their business, what works, what doesn't, and stuff like that. So stay tuned for that lately. But I do challenge everybody just to set up a ShakePay account. And if you need a referral link to get the ShakePay feature unlocked, just let me or Rigo know, and we'll be able to help you out with that. Rigo's been shaking Dad's been shaking. Everybody in the family's shaking their phone every day for a little bit of Bitcoin. So it's actually pretty fun. Hey,
I get a kick out of it. I'm not too much shaking. I'm at 33 days right now, which
are
is
you?
pretty good for me. I usually lose interest in things after about 3 days. So for me to last 33 days on something is pretty impressive.
I'm on 96.
That's impressive. You have an alarm set though, hey?
Yeah.
I'm literally,
But
I want to check the price every morning. So I shake on the way to work every day.
oh yeah. What was I going to say? Oh, I was at 92 days before of a shake streak. And of course, the King Cup is the day I lost it. So it's been 96 days since the King Cup. Trev says he's been 67 days. It's pretty impressive.
Hey, ignore those two comments if you if you want to keep drinking your coffee. Donna doesn't like, and Reichman throws in a dagger. Rickman, sorry.
Oh, Donna. She must be drinking the wrong gas station coffee. There's probably it's really hard to generalize gas station coffee as like one category, but like co-op coffee, yeah.
That's
Because
all
they
I
use
was
the Van
basing it on.
Hoot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Sev too. Sev is legit.
Apparently, A&W coffee and breakfast is the best around, but I haven't been there to test it. That's from Pat and Sparrow. Pat the rat and Sparrow. Two animals.
I stopped at my favorite gas station, Wayway, the other day, like Brandon Wayway, not Wayway Sicapo.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. The jerky selection there's outstanding.
Jerky, they got chicken, they got everything, but their coffee selection is horrible. So they didn't have any lids. I pour a coffee. I spent like 5 minutes looking for a lid there, couldn't find one, so I just gave up. I go up to the till there, and I was like, "Do you got lids?" The guy's like, "No, we ordered them. They didn't come. You can just have the coffee." So I just took the coffee out of there and no lid.
That place is always busy. Hey? I've actually never been past
It's
there. It's
crazy.
not like every till or every pump is full. Honestly, like it's just bananas. Why is it? Is it cheaper?
Yeah, it's 5 cents cheaper, but it's just crazy how much 5 cents. Like, I don't know. It's pretty sad for the
someone
economy.
would drive from the middle of the city to go out there and spend the same like it's convenient for me because and you because we're like you're heading to Rossman, I'm heading to Dauphin, like, and not knocking anybody in Brandon if they go there. Not like I'm not at all, but it's just crazy what that does.
Well, it depends, right? If you got a big truck and you're filling up, like that's gonna save you $10. But if you got a car and you're just like filling up before you go and you have to wait half an hour to do it, like go somewhere else.
That place is just mowing down, hey? Like how much money would you make as a gas station?
I don't know. That place is pretty well run though. Like
it is.
Sometimes see like the guy who runs it and he's like a legit guy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's unreal.
He kind of reminds me of like, you remember when we were in Cuba and they had like all the bartenders and stuff like working and whatever else, but then like the head boss would come by and like Caesar, yeah, and everybody would like act differently and like he's dressed up and everybody else is like in sweatpants and shit.
Yeah, unreal. Actually,
it is a good place though. I'd highly recommend the Wayway Sicapo bar. It was actually crazy when they built that place. How many trees they took out of there?
Mm-hmm.
Like that view coming out of Dauphin Brandon was so much different while they still had before they had the gas station there.
That's a good point Lane has there.
So Barrett says co-op card lock is cheaper than Wayway, 7 to 8 cents cheaper than regular. So actually Bridge was talking about this the other day. Can anybody sign up for a card lock, or do you need like a business or like a corporation to do it?
No, anybody can.
So how is it so much cheaper just because they don't have to pay anybody to do it?
Yeah, there might be a fee when you originally buy it. I don't know for sure.
That's true, actually. I used to work at Husky and Dauphin for a year and a half, and the gas is basically just a loss leader, and it brings people into the store where they can spend $5 on a bag of potato chips, or back then you'd rent a movie, right, for $5 or $6 too, and that's where they made their money.
And then you just never return them and just claim them in family members' names.
Yeah.
We should get to doing the draw, hey?
Oh yeah, shit. Sorry. What do we? You got all the names done here?
Yeah.
Okay. So as mentioned, we had 14 people who have all 4 words so far, which is pretty good. I guess 10. Rigo said 20, so we're kind of in between there for the amount of people we thought would be entering the contest.
How many did I guess?
20.
Oh, not bad.
No, and I was 10, so we're pretty bang on. So this is for, like we said, we're doing this to celebrate the 100th episode of the Kingdom, which is next week. We're gonna have Aaron Cockerill on. We're not sure if he's gonna do live there or not, or did you talk to him today, Rigo?
Just briefly before I came on here, and then I came on here. But
It'd be a
I'll
lot of
talk
fun,
to
I
him
think, to
tomorrow.
do it live with him.
Yeah, we'll see if he'll do that or not.
So anyways, we're going to do that next week. So we might not have a live show next week. But to enter this contest, you're going to have 12 words to complete your private key. And if you have all 12 words, you're going to be entered in for a set of head covers signed by Aaron, Kngdom, the first ever Kngdom hoodie, and then a Bitcoin wallet with a bit of Bitcoin in it. So that's what we're competing for. But we're going to do 2 contests along the way as well. And this is the first one. This is for the King Golf hoodie. I'm kind of losing my voice here. I had a few meetings on Zoom today.
One flew out.
Okay, here we go. This is for the first leg of the contest. This is for a King Golf hoodie, and good luck to everybody who has entered. Lots of people in the chat here tonight are in the draw.
Bryce Hanch.
No way.
Bryce Hanch, winner.
So we had actually Bryce in there, Sean entered, Trevor entered, Chaz entered, Donna did not, Barrett did not, Lane did. Bridge, who's watching in the other room right now, she even entered. I don't know what would happen if she got picked, but there you go. Congrats, Bryce. Attaboy.
So did Bridge listen to every episode, or you told her the words?
No, she knew all the words.
I don't think Easton's ever listened to any of it.
Yeah, but Easton used to when we first started doing lives.
Yeah. Chaz 9.5 is right.
Okay, going back quickly to the co-op memberships, which is a really pressing subject here. Barrett says anybody can sign up, and Trev said you just need a co-op membership number. Made money on late fees. Rigo will tell you about Husky and late fees and how many accounts were made under the Headley.
What a joke.
To avoid
every time I go in there to rent a movie, you can't rent one. You have a $60 late fee. I'm like, I've never rented a movie from here before. Like, how do I owe $60? Same with Skyliner too. Got hosed with Skyliner.
I would rent a DVD and just forget to bring it back and rack up a big late charge, and then just open up a new account for a different family member and run through there.
What? That's so crazy.
I probably even had one for Donna Headley.
Poor grandma.
What's Chaz talking about here?
Driver for me.
Oh, what are you?
I would say
you don't know.
Yeah, I think I was hitting that other one at an 8, but I think that I want to hit a 9.5. Probably that's what I had before.
I'm glad that Bryce won. I'm glad that somebody who's watching live tonight won. Bryce says cheers. Lane says congrats. The chat's buzzing tonight for sure.
Chezzy said nice, Bryce too. The boys are happy for people in here.
Yeah,
just a good atmosphere. Oh, Canucks are up 2-0 early on the Oilers.
Donna said she'll catch up eventually. You'll be able to get in for the main draw, Donna, or maybe the number 8 that we do. So we're going to do one at 4, 8, and 12. So get those keywords ready to go. Donna has 2 little ones to look after now. She had twins, I think, 6 months ago, maybe. I don't know. Time flies when you're having fun.
She's married to a twin, no?
Yeah, that's probably why. I didn't even think of that, actually.
That's kind of cool. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah. So we need a word for the contest. Do you want to do Shake.
Yep.
Okay, tonight's word, the fifth word in the private key is shake or shaky. Let's do shaky because that's the name of this guy. And I don't know if it's a red panda or a fox, but his name, the mascot's name is Shaky. So that's the shake with a Y at the end, Shaky.
That's me on every Sunday morning.
Yes. Two brats, Donna says. 8 months.
Yeah, that's probably about all we got for tonight, eh? We stretched out a pretty good epi without Drummy on here.
Yeah. The first 5 minutes was kind of tough to get used to.
Chaz, I'll text you in a bit about the driver. I don't know what I'm 100% into. Yeah, the first little bit of this episode was wild, man. You kind of just expect somebody like Drums to take over. It was kind of strange, but
yeah, we missed Drums tonight for sure. We'll be having him back for the AC episode.
We'll see. He's on probation now that he skipped one.
Yeah, I know. He didn't even give a legit reason, which I kind of respect too. I feel like if you're not gonna do something and like you come up with this extravagant excuse, it's just bullshit. Like just say you can't be there, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's all you need to say. You don't know anybody else anything.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I never even thought about that.
What?
You always feel guilty about that too, but yeah, you should just say I'm not coming.
No, you don't need to explain yourself. Unless it's your wife.
Then you do.
But speaking of mascots, so tonight's word for the fifth time, the fifth word tonight is shaky. Bridge was talking about, I don't know what she was listening to, but the salaries for mascots. So maybe we'll talk about that next week and the highest paid mascots in the world. She said it was over $1 million, which I found hard to believe, but I didn't do too much sniffing into it. So
yeah, I don't know about that.
She says some crazy shit, and it's hard to believe everything, but she might be onto something. So, anyways, next week we have AC. I don't know if, like I said, don't know if we'll be able to do a live one.
He just texted me back just now. He said, "When are you guys planning on doing episode 100?" So, we'll figure it out. Yeah, we'll be sure to post it out for sure.
And the next episode, we're gonna talk about the Kngdom book club or movie club, and we're gonna talk about the ref who was betting on games and Jesus, I got the hiccups in the in the NBA. It's hard to have hiccups when you can't mute yourself and have somebody else talk. But so anybody who wants to join in the chat, we'll talk about the untold story of the ref in the NBA who was betting on games. Okay, so Bridge might be on something. Bryce says one mascot makes a couple mil.
Really?
Who?
Are we serious? Are we sure about that?
I don't know. It's only 8:44 in Saskatchewan. I might although we're probably switching back to Atlanta Hawks. We're probably switching back to what do you call it, daylight savings time right away. We got to fall back. We gain an hour. That's huge.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do a live show on that day and just like where we fall back so we get an extra hour. And I mean, if somebody wants to watch us for an hour, they don't actually lose any time.
I'm going to share my screen here and show that Tom Kim and Sunny video for anybody who hasn't seen it.
Okay. And while we wait here, one other thing that I had to talk about on tonight's episode was Tara Reid. I used to watch, well, everybody probably on here has watched National Lampoon's Van Wilder with Ryan Reynolds, Tara Reid. Tara Reid was like the biggest bombshell on the planet there for a while. Like I had such a big crush on her. Yeah.
You're on it? Hey?
Yeah. Click play.
Sorry, I thought you were going to continue telling that story, but here it is. Here's the boys.
What are you, brother? About 25 pounds. I can't lift it up.
It's about 25 pounds.
Separate your grip. Okay.
Can you move the top thing there or not?
Wow.
There we go.
Wow.
Oh, so close.
That would be heavy, eh? You could hear by the sound of it.
Somebody has to come over and check it out. Whoa. They're both just so happy.
I love that the tandem putter.
Yeah. Oh, I never saw this full version.
Yeah, this is bonus. This is good.
Here, team set.
Oh, this one's so good.
Has to put his hat backwards.
He falls to the ground. Oh, I didn't see the happy Gomer putter either.
I didn't see that. Is that like an official one, like an Odyssey?
Looks like it, yeah.
Just hammers it.
What is it? What's with this thing?
It's just going in like a windmill type thing, eh?
That'd be so hard.
Chaz, can you get some of this from TaylorMade for us to try out next summer?
That's so funny. This is hilarious.
Oh, that's good stuff, man.
That's amazing.
Like, just like it's almost impossible to watch that without laughing yourself. Oh,
That's 10 out of 10 entertainment for sure. So Chaz is going to work on it for next summer.
did you see that? Did you see the video of Tom and his caddy deciding on the 2-iron or the 3-iron?
No.
That's good stuff too. He speaks very good English. And then he hits the shot and thanks his caddy right after. It's pretty cool.
Speaking of oh, really? Because he had a good shot?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of 2-irons, that 1-iron I bought. So we went to Value Village here in Regina, and I bought like a Jack Nicklaus Golden Bear, like an old wooden 5-wood. I bought a Stanley Thompson 1-wood, a wooden one. Like, it's crazy that they're called 1-woods because they actually were wood.
Mm-hmm.
But I also got a 1-iron. I don't even know what. Oh, it's a power bit 1-iron, and that thing's just so fun to hit. It's like hitting a. It's hard to hit for sure, but like you can rip that thing, man.
Really?
Oh yeah, like for the amount of or the lack thereof of what's there, like that thing rips. So
really, right?
might toss it in the bag.
Oh boy, you could use it for a chipper too. That'd be a pretty sick little chipper.
Yeah, I mean, just as like right off the greens.
Mm-hmm. Just on the trip.
Man, I got tears in my eyes from that video.
Those guys are knobs, man. They're bringing what golf needs right now, and I think that President's Cup happened at a good time too. Maybe we're the only ones. I don't know. Like I talked to a bunch of people that never watched it because they said they didn't want to watch like the what would you call dominance of US, but that's not how it was at all. It was it was a cool event, but we beat that dead horse already. So
yeah. So let's wrap things up.
Am I still sharing my screen? Is that what's going on here?
I took it off. But anyone who's interested in seeing, I actually saw Ryan Reynolds, and they did like a anniversary special on Van Wilder. I think it's been 20 years. But Tara Reid does not look great. So if you're on TikTok, check out Ryan Reynolds' channel. You can see they did a video on like what they look like then versus now. Tara Reid looks rough. It's kind of sad.
Dad's Director's Cup team took me to the theater to watch that.
I was there in Morden.
Yeah. I was like, so I would have been
look at this
10. Yeah, that's a good line.
Trev says 1-iron. The 1-iron is less forgiving than an ex-mother-in-law. We put quickly before we go, we had Instagram thing, your favorite golf quote the other day, and there was actually some good ones. It wasn't like real serious stuff is actually people are sending in like funny golf quotes from like movies and shit. So I'll put those on next episode because there was a really funny one. I forget what it was, but I don't have time to look for it right now. So any last thoughts for tonight?
No, that's good. I'm happy we did it. Big episode next week. We've been talking about it for a while. It's going to be good to talk to AC again. I'm sure he's got some wild stories from the last however many months it's been since he's been on. He's had some crazy events, some crazy rounds within the events.
2 hole-in-ones.
2 hole-in-ones, sponsor exemption to the sickest tournament in the world. Led that tournament for a full Thursday. Yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be really good. So looking forward to that.
Whether we do it live or not, it's going to be good. So, but either way, we want to have people, like we said last time, our minds can only get so creative. And so it's the more people on deck, the better. And if you have any questions that you want to ask Aaron, we've already had a couple really good ones coming through Instagram. So people in this chat, especially, if you have any questions for Aaron, or if you're listening to the show afterwards, of course, on the podcast or on YouTube, just send us in on Instagram and we'll mention it to Aaron and say who asked it so we don't have to take the credit for it. So that's it. Next, this is episode 99, dedicated to the greatest of all time, Wayne Gretzky, other than Connor McDavid, I guess, but
other than a couple episodes ago, Connor McDavid.
Yeah. So anyways, thanks everybody in the chat for coming in tonight. Thanks everybody who entered the draw for the first 4 words of the private key. It's going to be pretty impressive if people can get all 12 on there, and they're going to get rewarded with a pretty sick prize on there. So
congrats to Bryce on the win. He's already texted me saying how pumped he is. So we'll get that hoodie to him the next time he's home. Hopefully it's soon.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So as drums would usually do, we'll wrap things up. Thanks everybody in the chat once again. Thanks, Reggie, and love you, boys.
He always says, if you keep listening, we'll keep putting them out.
That's right.
Thanks, fellas.
And next week is episode 100. Can you believe it? We'll talk to everybody soon. Take care of yourselves, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.
See you guys.